Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our next game. Game 47. The Dark Path to Celestian's Gift. Thanks for hanging on. We were kind of trying to wait for our Dragonborn to show up. I think he'll be here. I think time changes always screw with us. We should have figured this out by now after 2 years. You would think. We're not that good. Hi. So, welcome back. Okay, you're gonna have cats. I apologize if the cat comes in here and screams at me. How's everybody? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Chris should be extra good. What just happened? What'd you just do?
Got engaged.
Yay! Congrats!
I did a thing.
You did a thing.
You did a thing.
That's so exciting. We're very happy for you. Yay!
Thank you.
Yay! That's so cool. I was telling Sigrid before everyone else got into voice, I may have yelled at my husband and was like, ah! Like scared the crap out of him when he was sitting on the couch. He's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, oh my gosh! Like a nerd. So yay, life things. Julia is with us. Bless your heart. Oh my gosh. And not in the weird southern awful way. I truly mean that.
On the word awful.
I have no idea what the weird southern awful way is, but I'll take it.
When people in the
That's a good
southern
thing.
United States say bless your heart, it usually means fuck you.
Oh,
Oh,
bless your
you
heart.
know what?
Yep.
Oh,
It's mean, right? I hate it.
right back at you, Hallie.
Oh shit. All right. Let's do this crazy roadshow. Someone let me know if the other Chris responds, because I'm not paying attention to Discord. Okay, so the party is in the middle of this remnant plane called the Abyss, and a lot of stuff has happened. They've left the city of Lazina Cove right after Volkar was taken. And in an attempt to scry on him and find his location, revealed that he was somewhere locked away behind something called the Primal Door. After the battle in the middle of the Lazina Cove Square, Alicia attempted to, we'll say, Vulcan mind meld with the memory tree. And did, kind of. The Night Tree, aka the memory tree's twin from Singorn, learned a new spell. And then tidal waved everyone. You know, just normal stuff.
As you do.
As you do. I think everybody's failed that save. I think everyone went.
Yep.
Poof. It was pretty good. So she's learned a new spell called Maelstrom, which is pretty dope. So she has access to this new spell. And then Aura had told you that he thinks his brother and niece are at a place called Stoneshaft Hold. And on your way there, to assist your ally, your Gith buddy, you were attacked by a weird plant creature that tried to kill everyone and then made a bunch of you run away.
What?
And some mushrooms sang, and there was Sid got so far off the map. It
Sid
was
would never run.
it was intense.
Probably not.
We had to keep shifting the
I
map.
had to keep building map.
Hmm.
So it was basically the Myconids would sing as this kind of discordant note, and everyone who failed their save, which was most everybody, had to use their entire action to dash their full speed in the opposite direction. Sid was not doing well on her saves.
Not at all.
It was interesting, but this creature was defeated. The Myconids were defeated. You took the pearl out of this thing's head, and now you have this
Yikes.
weird relic, weird thing that Aura told you that's very valuable down here, but also can make you go crazy because you can put it in your own eye. A bit much.
Whoa.
And then you eventually made your way to Stoneshaft Hold, and this is where you're at right now. So you are on the cliff above Stoneshaft Hold, and Aura is kind of peering between two rocks, and he just says, I don't see anybody, which is weird. I would think if everyone was here, that if they were using it as a camp or a hideout after our village burned down, that you would see people, but I don't see anything.
Were we like sneaking up to this place? I can't remember.
Yeah, you came up over up to the edge of the cliff, so you're probably a half a mile away right now, and looking down on it. And you all had just kind of laid low for a minute to try to get a better visual.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, what do we know about this place? Like, whose place is it?
It's an old dwarven fortress, Duragar Fortress, that used to be where people from the villages, including Aura and his family, they would walk the 2-day trip from their village to bring goods to trade, because then the Duragar would load things onto boats and trade them with the coastal cities. So they had a trade agreement with the Duragar, and that's why he's baffled. There's no one there. It's totally isolated, so you can kind of see it's totally isolated. There's a little footbridge that goes over to this other landmass, and he does let you know that that used to be the old prison. Like, if they caught pirates, they would lock them up in there. But for the most part, this is he's like, there should be guards. We should have been spotted by now, and there's just nobody. Hey, we're getting our door access. Yay, he's on his way. All right. Yeah. Traffic is a bitch.
Can I make like a perception check to see if I can notice anything like different in the environment or something?
Yes. Taking into consideration your passive, go ahead and make a perception check. Because our cleric's passive perception is 19.
Well,
fuck my life.
Don't know if it worked.
Did not. Oh, there it went. 12. So, taking into consideration that, you don't see any evidence. The ground here is dirt and shale, so finding footprints might be tough. You do see a couple of boats that look like they've been actually like moored in this area, but they don't look like they were docked properly, that they were either just tossed on to the coast or they crashed there, but they're like little like rowboats, like the ones you all came over to the Xena Cove that Aura took you over in. There you see the remnants of an old camp, but without getting closer, there's no way to tell. Aura's itching to go. He's like, if my family's down there, I need to go.
Should I sneak? This is Hazel speaking, by the way. Should I sneak up to the camp and try to scout it a bit and see if I find anything there?
Go ahead for my Go ahead.
Cool. If no one gives.
Yeah, I think a couple of us, the sneakiest of us, should head down and try and see what's going on before the rest of us, like, loud folks come down.
Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah.
Aura's actually pretty good too, because he doesn't wear armor, so he'll go with you.
Nice.
He's got a decent stealth.
I'll stay here with the loud gang.
Okay. And what's
loud gang?
Is Sid staying put too, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Sid is staying put too.
Alright, so Sid's gonna stay put. So go ahead and roll stealth for me, and I'll roll for Aura.
Cool.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah, that's just a 12.
12. He got a 16. He does help you a couple of times. Your foot catches on this shale cliff, and you start to slide, and he grabs you and kind of pulls you to a stop. He's not much bigger than you are as far as like build goes. He's taller, so he manages to use his height to kind of slow you down a little bit. And you get down to this camp. Ignore what's on the art here, but you get down to this camp. There's a couple of little tents that have been pitched, but they look like they've been windblown. There's one almost half collapsed. And he starts rooting around. If you want to make an investigation check, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not great at those.
Oh no.
Nope.
Oh
Oh,
no,
that's
a
a 3
3.
and 2 is a...
Oh no.
Yay.
He starts digging around and finds a couple of backpacks, and he holds one up to you. It's a dark blue, looks like it's been patched a bunch of times. He says, "This is my brother's. They were here."
Would your brother normally have any reason to camp out in front of the stronghold?
He's not a big fan of we're druids. We live in the forests, or we did. So he would have preferred to be outside, but there's no way he would have left this here. And he starts rooting around, kind of anxiously, mumbling under his breath about, I wonder if it's here, I wonder if it's here. And he digs through the pack and he's tossing out items. He tosses out a tinderbox. He tosses out what looks like a little bag of, you hear something clang inside of it. He tosses out some papers. It's not here. It's not here.
What are you looking for?
It's like a locket. It's like a family locket. It has a drawing of his wife in it. He wouldn't have left it here, so I think he's inside. We have to go. We have to go.
We will. 1 second. Calm down. Do the tents look like they've been attacked in any way? Like, do it just look old, or
Make
do they
a
look like
survival check for me.
Okay. +6. Let's try it. Getting there.
Okay, 16. Yeah, they look windblown. They don't look attacked. You don't see any rips or tears. They're old. They're in not the best condition. But they look like tents that have been probably well used and well taken care for. And no, they just look weather tossed.
Okay.
You're not seeing any weapon marks, bite marks, anything along those lines.
Well, I relate it totally, and I say at least that's a good sign. So.
Yeah, we need to go. He starts heading down.
Heading down as in back to the party?
No, over to the fortress.
Okay, I will be like, okay, just wait a second. Let's get the others to catch up.
Okay.
And I guess I'll signal to the rest of the party to keep on moving.
Okay. So the rest of you up on the cliff see Hazel waving at you, and you do see Aura walking down the path. He's sticking to one side, but you do see him moving toward Stoneshaft Hold.
I will not let him get too far away from me. Like if he just keeps on walking and ignores what I'm saying, then I'll sort of follow in between him and the party.
Yeah, he's panic walking. He's trying to quietly panic walk, but there is fear and a sense of anxiety on his face. He's got his staff out, and he's pulled his hood up on his robe, and he's heading toward their anticipating trouble.
Orly, come on. We're trying the stealth approach. We usually are not great at it, but
I'm gonna actually. He rolled a 19, so he's sticking to the shadows as much as he can.
Oh, cool. He's a lot better at it than I am.
He's got a pretty good stealth.
All right. Yeah, then I'll wait and see if my friends try to catch up with us.
What about the rest of you?
So I guess we probably see them shuffling back up here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you see Hazel waving at you, and you see Aura taking off down the path.
Okay, so then I'd probably like tap everybody on the shoulder and just kind of give them the signs to move forward.
There's an Araxis. Howdy.
Hello.
There he is. So, so Aura has just found this camp. He's pretty sure it belongs to his brother, and he's heading in. He's making his way. So are you all going to try to stealth the rest of the way, or...
I mean, I'm going to attempt to stealth.
Fair.
I'm also going to tap.
We can
Okay.
certainly try.
Everyone else roll stealth for me. Hazel, I'll have you roll another one as well.
Thank God.
It's only a -1, so...
There's my
Hey!
Nice.
Work.
Dang.
Good
Ooh,
stealth for
good
once.
stealth,
I think
good
that's my
stealth.
first ever good stealth roll. Okay, I'm looking at Sid's spells if she has anything to help her.
So So Alicia got a 20, Hazel got a 23, Neuraxis 13, Ulrin 8.
Yay!
Yay!
She doesn't. All of Sid's stuff is loud, just like she is. There we go.
That's fair. Keep it in character. 13. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah, that was Sid, the 14.
you watch the rest of you start to slowly make your way. Alicia, you treat the shale cliff here kind of like just how you just very silently slide down. Like it's no problem. And Hazel does. Hazel, how close do you want to get? Because you're a little ahead of everyone.
Ideally, in a way where I can still perceive the party, but closer to Oli.
You're about, I would say, 30 feet from the party and probably 40 feet from him. And he is watching for the rest of you. And when he sees the rest of you making your way down the hill, he stops. But he's raring to go. He's wanting to go. But he realizes that, and he points at something on the ground about 20 feet in front of him. Ulrin doesn't quite make it as quietly down as the rest of you. Thankfully, if there was anything watching, it either didn't notice you or there's nothing there. So I will move you all to that. So this is the front of Stone Shaft Hold. What you can see from here, and he's kind of in the front, and he's pointing at the door on the ground, and it's been shattered. Brute force has taken this thing out, and I've never ever seen it like this.
Could I investigate the remains of the door to get a sense what has done this?
Yes. What's better, your investigation or your survival?
For Hazel, I think the way I'm going to do it is like I'm primarily going to control Hazel. If it's something Sid does, then I'll like either role play it or specifically say it's Sid. Other than that, it will be Hazel.
Okay.
My investigation or perception?
Investigation or survival?
Oh, survival is much better.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that for me. And if anyone else wants to try to surmise what happened here, you can make investigation or survival check.
17.
I'll make an investigation check.
Okay. He did not do... Oh, okay, that's not...
23.
Damn.
14.
All right. Okay. Neuraxis, did you want to attempt anything?
No, my survival is terrible.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Ulrin, this looks like a massive blow. You've seen damage like this before, being a dwarf from Craghammer. This looks like very similar to damage you've seen a giant do. Very similar.
Well,
just decimation.
Well, guys, looks like a giant or something has come in and decimated the door. So
yeah, he's kind of bending down over here to get a better look, and he's.
That's not good.
Do you smell that?
Just like a big giant shaped hole.
Well, it's just the door, which was, and Aura tells you this, is a huge double doors, wooden doors. They must be 30 feet tall, and the doors are shattered.
Just splintered out.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly what you see on the map. There's some slivers of this door that are no bigger than your hand, and other pieces that are huge. Something took this door out. And
it's big enough, like tall enough for like a giant.
Yes.
To get like it's probable, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. This damage is very similar.
I suppose we should all be on alert just in case whatever did this is still out here. And I pull my shield out and just kind of like ready myself and just cautiously move forward.
Okay. He starts to move. He knows the layout of this place, so he can kind of guide you all. He says, there's a small, like a raven's nest where, guards would stand, but there's no real up from here. It's all built down into the cliff. So we're going to have to go down if we want to try to see if there's any, but this makes me really nervous. So he points you in the direction. There are stairs that go down in this direction here.
How dark is it in here?
It is dim.
Dim, okay.
So anyone with dark vision isn't going to struggle, but...
I'm gonna cast light on my shield,
Okay.
so it kind of like reflects out in like a cone.
Nice.
And then I'm just
Sid
gonna
is
kind of
gonna
like
stick
lead
to
the way and
Oren.
use it as
Okay.
like a searchlight, kind of just kind of back
Kind
and
of
forth.
moving. Okay, absolutely. You all didn't rest, did you?
Nope.
Didn't think so. Okay. That's
I'm
what I
under
thought.
half my HP.
There's yeah.
Hazel is 50
some of
behind.
you burned hit dice. So I know Sid had. I almost took Sid out. Sorry. So I'm sorry. Listen, you all are overpowered. I have to hit hard. And you're not in Kansas anymore, yo. This is not even your plane. All right.
Kansas.
Yeah, no one wants to go there. So he's gonna creep up here and look around and see if he can make anything out. He says, I don't see anything moving, so I think we could probably head down okay.
I think we'll get a second opinion on that. I'm just gonna like I can probably see further than he can in the grand scheme of things.
He has 90 feet dark vision, so you can, but his is pretty good. You're going up there, Ulrin?
Yeah, I just want to kind of like check and see if there's any survivors, anybody hiding, or like, you know,
Perception check for
maybe
me.
possibly more clues.
Actually, your passive perception is so freaking high. Stupid
Yay,
high.
wisdom.
Yay, wisdom casters. Yeah, you do see tatters of more tents. What looks like maybe a blanket or something balled up in the corner, and a lot of bones. There are a lot of bones in here.
Ew.
That's the one thing you're starting to notice. As soon as Neuraxis and Aura move forward, this floor is littered with bones. And he's like, this is the pride of the Duragar in this land. They would never treat it like this.
I look at Ulrin and I say, can you tell whose bones they are? Like, are they like what are they the bones of the Duragar? Are they from someone else?
I could try and take a look at it and see if the like bone structures are similar to dwarves or if it's some other race.
You want to make a medicine check?
Yeah.
And then Neuraxis, while he's doing that...
16.
16? Yeah, Neuraxis, you're seeing these bones, and some of them look pulverized. And Ulrin, you're getting that same thing. These are humanoid bones, for sure. They're too scattered to make out. You're not sure if you could put a whole skeleton together.
Gotcha.
They're
It's just like dust at this point.
It's dust and fractures and splinters and occasionally a skull, but half of the jaw be missing. You do see some of the bone structures in the skulls around here of Duragar. These look decently recent, but there's no meat, and you're starting to smell old blood. Coppery, dried up blood. Yeah. And Aura's just going, I think we need to go. And then if something's bad and they're not here, we'll just leave. We don't have to fight everything that comes our way.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we have the option to leave, that would be swell.
I mean, we know the way out, and I know where there's an exit out to the cliff. If we have to jump in the ocean, we jump in the ocean, but...
We should get a move on then, yeah.
Okay. So he is, I'm just going to scoot you all a little bit so I can just copy and paste real good there. All right, so he leads you down. Will you put yourselves in a marching order, please? He's happy to lead because he's going to stay quiet, but if you all could arrange yourselves in whatever order you want to be in.
I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. So
And just kind of keep my light kind of shining over all of us, so that way we can see where we're walking and stuff.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay, just like this. Okay.
Are we doing straight line or? Because that feels like we're asking for
trouble.
Yeah.
Or fireball or
Aren't
something.
we?
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what
You can kind of.
The crosshead.
Are the passages all 4 squares wide? Like, are they all?
He
about
tells
that
you
wide,
that they're
or is
all
it-
they're all at least 2 people wide. These ones
people
on the
want, we
Okay.
on the more
So we
ground
could go
floor.
like twos.
You could go twosies if you wanted. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's fine.
Everyone get a
Okay.
I
buddy.
like this.
No, everyone get a
I'll
buddy.
go like in the middle, like
Yeah.
can't
You can
make it
if you
Yeah.
hold on to
Shield the
Alt.
wizard.
If you hold your Alt key down, you can.
there.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Moving on.
I'm like in the middle of like
Yep.
armor, I was gonna say.
So he leads you down, and are you continuing to stealth, or are you just barreling ahead?
I'd say we're moving at a brisk pace, probably. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Like-
if there's a risk that they're in danger, we should probably. Like when
Yeah.
two of us are in heavy armor, we're never gonna be like.
No, we're not gonna be like sneaky surprise attack, dagger, dagger, dagger. Like it's gonna be.
We're better off.
We're moving at a
powering
brisk.
through, yeah.
Like I'm thinking like brisk yet cautious. Like we're being
Okay.
cautious, so we're not just like running dead on. You know.
Sure.
no
no
holds
sneaking,
barred.
but some perception.
Okay.
We're just we're moving
Yeah.
Okay.
at a decent pace, but we're also taking our time and not getting caught off guard.
You're
I
not
think.
going out of your way to step on all the bones. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. So he pulls up short. You almost run into him, Hazel, as he stops at the end of the stairs, and he points. You see these huge gouges in the stone. That also is not supposed to be here. Looks like something very heavy and very sharp was drug across this old stone. So he points to the door here, and he says that's just like it's like living quarters and mess hall and that kind of thing. But if we want to, I mean, maybe we should fling open the doors real quick and just make sure. I still don't hear anything, and Ulrin, you're not hearing anything either. It is dead quiet down here.
Do you want to just listen at the door?
Yeah, someone can if they want. Or Hazel, if you want to use your nose spidey sense.
Yeah, I will use the nose spidey sense.
Perfect.
Sniff that door.
Yeah, sniff it real good.
Sniff it.
So that's. Is this Hazel? Yeah, two. So perception with advantage. I do it twice because I don't know how
Ooh.
to do the other thing.
Ooh.
Alright. 21. That's good. You're not within 2 feet of the door, maybe, Hazel, and you smell more blood. And rot. Like plant rot, rotting food, rotting vegetation.
Yeah, I say whatever is gonna be in
Yeah.
here is not gonna be pleasant, guys. It smells very yucky.
Yuck.
And then Aura lets you know that the stairs leading to the next level are way down here at the bottom right of the map that you can't see yet. So maybe we should just check real quick, and the doors all link back to that bottom hallway. So we could cut through. If you don't want to walk the hallway, we could cut right through and go south.
Well, Hazel's gonna poke her head in.
Okay,
The
so
door.
let me give you that. Yeah, it's definitely a mess hall. There are weird vines growing up along the walls in here, and they kind of, as you stick your head in, it's almost like they sense your presence and they start to pulse, like with a heartbeat. And you all can almost hear it now. It's almost like when you can hear your own heartbeat in your ears. It's that dun dun, dun dun.
After I've heard that Aura is a druid, I point those out to him and like ask him, does he know these species of plants?
Yeah, it's usually it's harmless, but it shouldn't be growing here. I mean, we just call it heartwood because of the movement that it makes. But
Aptly named.
usually you can, in the right seasons, you can harvest it for cooking, but it shouldn't be growing here. It can't just grow out of stone. So it's really weird.
Okay.
He points to the door here and says, I think that's just a room, like a bunk room or a barracks, and then this door, I think, leads to the next hallway. See, don't you guys wish you always had a guide? Wouldn't that be nice to have an allied NPC to show you where everything is all the time? So
What do you guys think? Should we cross through the mess hall or continue in the hallway?
You all can hear that vine. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm concerned what that's going to be attached to.
Does this plant feed on anything in particular? You know, like soil, water, blood,
Flesh.
Blood.
It's actually carnivorous.
Just a suggestion.
But it eats bugs and small birds. Player's handbook's coming out.
I remembered something.
Oh. Let me see what spells he has too, in case you're.
It's not spell.
A druid.
It's remember what I got.
Oh yes, I
from the
do.
book.
Oh.
I'm just checking.
Okay.
Because I know Laura has been doing stuff with that
Yep.
thing, but I need to actually make
That's
sure
exactly right.
what I can do.
So he says, I can make the plant talk if you want.
Ooh.
It is a unique power of our tribe. But just be ready if I piss it off to just cut it in half.
Well, just be nice to it. Like greet it properly. Ask it how it's doing.
Well, technically,
and,
it's supposed to be my friend when I awaken it, but weird things happen. I could try. Yes.
Can I try to either recall information about the type of plant?
You've never seen
Because
this
the
plant
only thing
before.
Huh?
You've never seen
Yeah.
this plant before, and you're not on the material plane.
No.
So you could lend
It was a long shot.
assistance. You could lend assistance to him.
I can let assistance. I'll do that.
Okay. So he's more than happy to go awaken it if you want.
Yeah.
It's literally what the spell's called. Will be charmed by him for 30 days, or until your companions do anything
Ooh.
harmful to it.
I say we have a go at it. So far, the plant is the only living thing down here.
And it's this, to give you a better description, it's this deep verdant green, and when it pulses, you do see this flash of red underneath the skin of the plant, like a heartbeat. And when the heartbeat hits, you watch little, they're not thorns, but little prickles grow on it, and then they recede. So they grow and recede with each beat of the heart. He doesn't seem to be acting like that's weird. He's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Either we do this or I move forward, because if my family's here, I have to find them.
Who's in favor of talking to the heartbeat plant?
Sure. I mean, it's the only thing we've got here to ask, right? Like,
Go for it, darling.
Okay. So he's gonna go in. It's over here in this corner. Just put a little box there for you.
I'll
I'll take out
Go
the
like-
axe and go stand with it. Like,
Okay. So it's just,
I'm gonna
just over
assist.
here. All right. And he puts his hand on the plant, and it immediately reacts to him. It's not doing anything aggressive, but it just kind of reaches out like they're touching hands almost. He says, okay, well, and he pulls a stone out of his pocket, and as he casts the spell, you watch the stone be absorbed as the material component to the spell. Yeah, there's no save on this. It's called Awaken. If it's a plant, it gains the ability to move its limbs, roots, vines, creepers, and so forth, and it gains senses similar to a human's. So it is considered an awakened plant. And you watch it curl toward him more, almost like it wants to kind of envelop him a little bit and draw him towards it. And he lets it. He doesn't seem to be, he's kind of waving you off, like, no, it's okay, it's okay. And then from nowhere, but in your own head, you hear, "Are you here to help me?" "I don't like this place. It's all stone."
Guys, it's happening again.
No, I don't think it's just you this time.
Yeah, I can hear the plan too.
Okay.
I'm delighted. He says, yeah, we're, why are you here?" "I was brought here, taken from my home and transplanted. I don't want to be here. Will you take me with you?" Or he's just kind of looking at all of you, like, what do I do?
Can we talk to the plant
You
as
can,
well, or
yes.
do we? Oh, nice.
It can understand all of you.
Can I see if this plant is like good or bad or like telling the truth or? Yeah, I don't know if a plant can lie. Can plants lie?
Yeah.
Can I do a lying plant check?
Can you can do an
I'll do one of
insight
those.
check. Sure.
What does the world come to when you cannot even trust plants?
That we're all screwed. Yep.
D&D.
D&D, yeah.
11.
11. This is a very strange entity. It has not made an aggressive move, and from what Aura told you about the spell, it won't unless you attack it first, and then it will act out of self-defense.
Where's the plant coming out of?
It's
Where
just
does
coming
it
out of the
come to?
wall. It's like its own roots broke through kind of where the wall and the floor meet, and it grew up the wall like ivy. And it's just, it's kind of very, very cautiously reaching out to a few of you to just almost like to figure out what you are. And it asks again, "Are you here to help me?"
I think we could help you. Well, where can I ask? Hello, I don't know that much about plants, but where exactly are you getting your food from right now?
They fed me this horrible, awful tasting. I'm not sure what it was. I didn't like it, but they made me eat it.
Oh. Who are they? Do you know anything about them?
The Jukenrotter below. You fought one.
Oh, I was about to say the who's he what?
You fought it. You fought one. You just fought one. They're doing something down there. They took people. Aura immediately starts trying to back away, like they've got my family. They've got my family. I know they do. Oh, you're muted, Neuraxis. Mike's tech. Ka-chunk.
There we go.
Hey.
Or plant? Do I call you? I'm going to call you Plant. Are you alone?
Yes.
Are you big? Like, do you grow through, or is this all of you? Because we can probably help this, but I don't know if we could move like a.
It starts to reach out to Aura again. He says, I can help with that actually. And he starts pushing through the vines with his hands. And as you watch this happen, you watch a chunk of something fall out from the vines. And Aura's just ignoring it, and he reaches in and he pulls out this red seed. So this is actually the plant. The rest of it is just protection. And the seed is this glowing red kind of oblong. It almost looks like a really large almond. And it's just slowly pulsing in his hand. This would be what, and you hear, "Yes, that. Please take me out of here."
Is
What?
that lump that fell off important?
Oh, it's a hunk of meat.
Oh, the plant was having a meal.
Or it's just, I told you they were carnivores, but that looks a little bit much for this thing. It usually just likes little birds.
how big are you?
You're asking the plant?
Yeah, he's just like,
The plant just tells you. I mean, he says I can grow as high as I need to, but not here. I need the woods and the trees and the wilds. I don't need stone. They've forced me here.
Hmm.
The suspicion is too much. It's like that thing in season 1 where Pike was like, "No, I don't want to bury that guy's wife. No, no, no. I know there's something else in that box."
It's gonna come back to bite us.
It never
this
did.
okay.
This is gonna.
Well, you put the seed in a.
Yeah, he's actually going to tuck it away, and the voice kind of recedes, and it just says, "Thank you." And as soon as the seed is put away, the vines shrivel and turn black.
Mm.
Do you need to put the meat in there? He's like,
He says, "I don't think so, but I'm not touching whatever that is."
mage hand. Just
Yeah. He says, "If you're really worried about it, I can walk it back up to the surface and just let it go. That's all it wants."
Mm.
I've never seen a heartwood attack anything larger than, like, a small songbird.
I mean, it said that people forced it to eat stuff, so.
But,
Hmm.
I mean, do you go
Hey.
back once you've eaten person? I don't know if that's a.
Once you have a taste for it.
The flesh.
Once
Right,
you've had a
like-
taste of it. He says, "I can put it in the water and let it float."
Oh, and then it'll just find somewhere nice. Oh,
Sure.
that sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
It won't hurt it. The seeds get carried all kinds of ways. He's just give me 2 minutes. And then we have to go, because I don't want to hold
Yes.
on to this
Okay.
thing, but then we have to go. So
Be careful.
He
Go.
dashes upstairs, and after a couple of minutes comes back down, and he's wiping red
Nice.
pollen off his hands. It's in the ocean. It's away.
Nice. We saved the plant, you guys.
I don't want to talk to any more plants. Can we move? And he starts
Yes.
going over to this door.
Sure. Okay. Is it going to matter that that plant can talk and we just released it? You know what? It's not important right now.
Don't think
Oh,
about
yeah,
it. Don't
just
think
say-
about it.
Yeah.
All right. So he says we can go this way. There's a hallway and then another door, and it should take us to the stairs.
Cool. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Okay. So he's gonna very cautiously crack that door open, and kind of if I can get that to work. And roll 20. Give me angled reveals, please, not squares. And peeks through, and he says, "Well, that's normal. Those are," and you see statues of Duragar in this hallway. It's the procession hallway. It's where everyone would line up, like if the Duragar were going to go out and fight. You know, the civilians who lived here would line up and wave goodbye to them, and they're weird. I don't understand them either. And he just kind of sneaks in and starts looking around.
I'll follow.
Okay. Says that door will take us to the stairs.
Eyeballing the. Is this armor standing along
It's
the wall?
stone.
It's a statue. Okay.
It is a statue, yes. And they're in various poses. There's one with 2 hand axes. There's another one with a sword, like in the traditional knight pose with the sword tipped down into the ground. There's another one who looks like an archer. And then the one on the end looks like it's got some kind of arcane energy, like some kind of orb or something in its hand.
No, like plaques, right? Nothing. You know.
No.
Okay.
No, they're decorative at best. They're not even really well carved.
Boring statues. Let's go.
Okay. Not everything's going to bite you. And then he cracks this door open, and he says, that's the stairs. And you see more gouges and more bones. And start to smell blood still.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's starting to like take over your nose.
It's coming up from the stairs.
So, okay. He says we can move if you want. There's a couple more levels. He's trying to see if he can remember how many levels. He says I think there's 3. But I've been here so many times. You just hanging back there, Ulrin?
Yeah. I don't know.
You're way up here.
I can't see anything. Oh, okay.
I was just making sure. I was like, Ulrin just decided to sit down.
It hasn't. Oh, okay. It hasn't like refreshed.
Oh, it's being dumb.
It was just stuck on everybody by the green
Oh, that's
square, and I was like,
weird.
okay, we're still standing here.
That's weird.
Jesus Christ, guys,
Sorry.
let's get
Oh
moving.
my god. No, it's not your fault. This is computer roll 20 being dumb. All right. He starts to head down
And
the
then
stairs.
all of a sudden they all just
then-
glitched. Now
Yeah.
we're all down there.
I hate that. I hate that. That's so weird. You start to head down the stairs. About halfway down, you hear a scream. This high-pitched
Go. Just
female scream, and he
All right,
immediately
cool.
is booking it down
Samesies.
the
Keep running.
stairs. And you come down into this room, and he's looking around. His staff's out, and there's shit just shattered everywhere in this room again. He says, I think we should probably like try to check that. It didn't sound like my niece, but I don't know.
Yeah, can Hazel try to listen, which she also gets advantage on,
Yes,
to
she
like
may.
make out any more sounds?
Yeah. And
try to.
Ulrin, with your passive, sorry, I'm trying to look at my own fucking map here. With your passive, I can't see because of the glare
8.
on my frickin' screen. You see blood trails leading into this room.
Ah, that's probably a good indication of what to
8.
do.
Yeah, and he says that's where the stairs go to.
That's where the what?
The stairs are to the next
Mm.
level. This is just the procession. It's another like ceremony room. It's where they hold their after battle drunken brawls. It's Duragar. I don't know. They do weird crap.
Is the scream still like coming, or did it?
No,
like,
it was
scream and then
one
stop?
high pitched, like it sounded like fear and terror and pain.
I mean, I would like to keep going down, but I'm also wondering if the person who screamed is on this level.
Oh, yeah.
Can
Any
we do
obvious
it?
This is what there's-
doors? Or...
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you
think
all want to
there's
tackle a
door.
door, he's gonna post up here and just kind of wait. If you all want to go open doors, you can. There's one here. There's a double door, set of double doors here, and a set of double doors here.
I think Hazel would quickly like to go check
Okay.
this door. Just
Okay.
open it slowly
Open
and
that
peek
up.
inside.
Okay. It leads to, oops, sorry. It's definitely barracks. And Aura does tell you that the door Ulrin's in front of and the door Hazel's in front of lead to the same room. You can
Okay.
kind of see that there. Ulrin immediately, it's not on the map, but immediately you can see there's a body on the table. There's a dead Duragar whose head's been cut off.
Okay.
Neuraxis, there's nothing in here, but it looks like a bed in one corner.
Just give like the mattress a flip, see if there's like a coin pouch or anything.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Okay.
It's at best it's a straw tick mattress. It's not great. It's
Ugh,
pretty
nope.
bare bones. Yeah. Okay.
Well, the person who screamed is not in here. Then we might as well.
It
keep
doesn't look
going.
like you're finding him. He says this was the captain's kind of study, and then he points to where you can see there's a small stone case. The staircase in this room is it's hard to see on the map, but there's a staircase here, and it is single file down. Since that's this, you go down further, and it's more like the kind of the heart of the fort. Everyone lived on the first 2 levels, and then it's like armory, treasury, kitchen, all of that is down there.
Okay. So it's only wide enough for one.
Single file.
It just grabs Aura, like pulls in behind him,
Okay. Fair
and
enough.
goes.
So,
Nope.
all right. And so you all can start to make your way down there. And as you come down those stairs, the staircase looks a little weird. There are barricades in your way.
Oh.
There was a fight here. For sure, there was a fight here. And you see arrows in the wood. You see broken and shattered tables and chairs, bones. There are dead myconids on the floor. And that smell of rot and dried blood is even heavier down here. And Aura actually points. You all, and Orin, you would have seen it just as he pointed it out. Over here is a Githzerai woman pinned to the ground by a sword.
Ew. It.
And you watch her point toward the next staircase. There.
Are we talking like two-handed, like huge thing, or like
standard broadsword?
I mean, we should try to help her if she's still alive.
Can I dash over there?
You can. Yeah, let me kind of put a
Okay, I'm
box
gonna
there for
dash.
you. She's right here.
I'm gonna dash over there and like sliding and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
And try and like remove the spear.
That'll keep her from bleeding out.
Like,
Okay.
Get her up.
Okay.
As fast as I could.
Okay. You managed to get the weapon out just as she was about to probably expire. And she... You're too late.
Well, for you, I'm not.
They turned them, and then they took them down, and they're doing something. And just as she starts to point again toward the stairs, you hear this. Drums in the deep. Some kind of weird rhythm, and then this language, this chanting that's a combination of growling and you're pretty sure you've never heard Necrol spoken out loud quite in that way, but it's definitely Necrol. Aura's rushing forward. And
that can't be good.
He knows her. He knows her. He tells you her name is Yara. She was from the village nearby his. She's a guard. She's in really bad shape. What are they here? Yara, are they here? And she nods and points toward the stairs.
Wait, this is the level that he said was like armory and treasury and stuff, right? So like, okay. So what's down?
I've not.
there?
I haven't been down there in a very long time, but it used to just be storage. It's where they'd put the trade goods if they didn't have enough ships to take them. Because the further down, then the less chance of being attacked for them if they weren't visible.
While we're talking, like I'm just gonna take out my healer's kit and just kind of like patch her up and give her as field medicine as possible. Just stop bleeding, get all of her wound, like especially the big spear. I know Spear of the Dying probably closed it, but I mean, it's still probably like.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
perfect.
She was on her last death save basically. So, yeah, you're able to restore. I'll say with a 21, you can give her 10 hit points back. That'll get her on her feet.
So she can at least get out.
Yes, yeah, and she I mean, you see that she reaches for her bow. It was kind of flung off of her body, or tossed, or who knows what, and she just picks it up and kind of limps over to Aura. Your brother and niece are down there. I don't know what they're doing to him, but you might want to go.
Do you know what creatures are down there? Like, who is responsible for this?
Myconids. They turned some of the Duragar and started killing their own, which is why there's none of them left. And then there's a Jukin router down there doing something. They had some glowing obelisk with them. Some kind of idol.
Alright. You stay up here and definitely don't come down with us. And I guess we go down.
Yep. If you find anything useful, bring it down. People, let's go. It's just like it's like when they breach and clear Duran. It's just like we need to. Yep. Let's just.
And there, as you make your way down the stairs, there's one more scream, and Aura says, "That's my niece."
Okay,
And
let's move it,
you
people.
all run down. Welcome to hell. All right.
Wait, like actual.
Hell is just darkness.
It's very dark, and you can see this.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to
Oh
Avernus.
no, not again.
Standing in the middle of the room with 4 Githzerai tied up to these pillars is a Jukenrotter that is the twin of the one you fought, and 4 Myconids, and some blue essence is being pulled from all of these Gith, and Aura immediately is going to run in because his niece is right here. And as soon as he does that, we're going to have to go into initiative.
Yay.
So, let me get rid of everybody here and re-input everyone. Alright. So, I need proper music. Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. No! I did too much shit in here. It's like, here we go. Perfect. Alright. They are chanting in that strange combination of growls and necrol, and they're all aware of you now, especially because Aura ran in and was like, no. So, oh my god, really? Well, guess that's happening. Holy shit. That, no, it literally rolled a 0. It rolled a 0. Oh my gosh. Alright, so if you can't see yourself in the order here, I can pop
I
you in.
can.
There
Yeah, I
we go.
can.
Hey, there we
Yeah,
go.
that was bottom.
Okay. Oh, I hit Naraxis twice there by accident. Sorry about that. And then Hazel, I have to move you so I can see. You all can position yourselves as you will. I will let you do that as Aura rushes in. You would have had a chance to move.
I'm fine.
Okay. And Hazel, what did you get?
14. I'm entering it right now.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
Okay, lovely, 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 lovely. Oof, not super high initiatives there, y'all. Holy crap, at least you're at the very top. Those things, seriously, it has a -3 on its initiative, so it's like...
Thank God they're
oh,
slow.
to 0. It's huge! It's very slow. Okay, so this is the scenario. This is what you're seeing right now. So you can maneuver yourselves as you will. And then, Naraxis, even if you wanted to get to the edge of the stairs, you could have done that. It's up to you. And then you're first.
Yeah, I'd probably be there.
Okay.
It's fairly fast in the grand scheme of things.
You know what this thing can do, and you know what these Myconids can do. At least you think. But you definitely know what the Jukenrotter can do. And down here at the bottom, so you're all aware, this crystal, this obelisk is glowing, and you're certain it's the same obelisk you saw in the Goat Night Mine. The thing you've been chasing. But it's wrapped in mushrooms and dark black vines, and is pulsing with this sickly greenish blue light. And whatever they're pulling from the Gith seems to be feeding into that idol. I see radiuses going around.
Yes.
I love it when that happens.
It's our dear old friend, the fireball.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Yay.
Oh, God. All right.
Is that right? Yeah, that should be.
Is that everybody except for the one? Oh, no, that's everybody.
Will it hit? It should.
You could move it to where it doesn't hit Aura.
Well, I was going to say, it shouldn't hit any of the people either.
No, it shouldn't. Wow, that's pretty good. Is that what's happening?
Yep, 5th level fireball.
Oh my god.
I don't have any other option.
I know. So dex save, right?
Yep.
Oh, this is
DC
gonna be
15.
interesting. Fail. Fail.
Oh, come on.
Fail. Succeed. Natural 16. Big guy. Oh, you're fucking lucky. I rolled a 17, but it has a -3. So 14.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. 26, 35 fire damage.
Jesus criminy. Alright. And half, right, on the other.
Yeah, half on a successful save.
So, okay. So,
Yeah, he just runs, looks, and just. Whoa! And then 50 feet to clear.
okay. Got it. Okay.
Where are we going?
How would you like to use your massive amount of speed?
Yes.
Yes, that's the correct answer. I would.
That'll do. Yep.
Ooh, okay. The one in front of you is a Githzerai man. Looks like a commoner. He looks like a villager. He's in tattered robes, and he is unconscious.
None of those things are a bonus action. I don't think that I have.
Okay.
No, that's all I can do.
That's it. All right, Hazel.
I did my best.
Or Aura. Whoever wants to go first.
Aura's
gonna use his turn to free his niece. So.
Yeah, I was also gonna ask: are they simply tied up by like ropes? Like...
Yes, it's rope.
Okay, then I will. Where am I? What's it? Cool. No, that's too far.
He rolled a 17 to try to get her loose, so he is going to take her. She is also unconscious, but she kind of opens her eyes just a little bit and slumps in his arms, but he's going to only be able to move half speed with her.
Okay. Do I see is the blue energy still coming out of her after she's been freed?
Yes.
Okay.
So it kind of whatever they're doing is pulling on, I don't know, life essence, soul, whatever you want to call it. You're not sure. And
I will actually not engage for now. I will try to stick to the shadows, like to the outside.
Okay.
Of the battlefield.
Okay.
And I'm going actually, I think I'm going to use like double my movement to. I'm gonna try to actually. Okay, can you stealth? Is there enough shadow to try to?
Yes, you could definitely try to hide.
Cool. Because I also now have a feeling as long as I'm in dim light or darkness, I have plus 10 feet movement.
That's right. Yep.
So where was I? So it would be like 15 feet. Then I would have 30 left.
Damn.
Here. And if I dash, I'm gonna try to sneak up on that crystal. Is the crystal on a raised platform?
Yes, it is. Surrounded by skulls and bones and fungi and all kinds of sickly looking plants.
Does it look like I could climb towards it from the side, or would I have to use the stairs at the front?
No, you could actually probably just even pull yourself up. It's not a high platform.
Cool. So from here and then return, and I have 45 feet of movement. Oh gosh, I can make it all the way there.
Holy shit.
Obviously I don't have an action left then, but
right, but still.
I will actually, because I don't want it to see me yet, so I will not climb up to the platform yet. Okay. I will sulk in, try to hide in the shadows right next to the platform.
I need you to make a stealth check.
Cute. Come on, stealth, don't let me down.
dice jail for all of these.
It's a 15.
15. Okay, you're pretty sure you've not been seen. None of the other creatures, the hostile creatures in this room, have turned toward you. They're focused on, one, they're burning because fireball, and two, the one closest to Aura's niece has noticed that he has taken one of their captives. You're pretty sure you've not been seen.
Cool. Cool. So that's my movement and my action. Can I do something for a bonus action? What's our distance?
While Hazel is creeping over that direction, you can see that this Jukenrotter in the room, all of you can tell this, it's a little bit smaller than the one you fought previously. But it's definitely the pair of the one that you took down the night before.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Like, let's try this for once. I'm gonna use my bonus action to invoke my Blood Curse of Mutual Suffering on the big guy.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I will. Should I amplify? So we have fought these dudes before. Obviously, I was there.
Totally. Yes.
Would I have any? Yeah, screw it. I mean, if I go down, I go down. I'll also amplify it, so I'll take a bit of damage, but it will be better.
Okay.
It just means if he attacks me now, he takes the same damage he does to me back.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. So that's been invoked. Okay. Aura has used his turn and his movement he can only move half speed to drag his niece Sella away, and he's yelling up, "Someone please help me. I don't know if I can carry her all the way. We got to get her out of here. My brother's over there." And he points to this figure right here who's also slumped forward, kind of sagging against his ropes. That is his turn. Elysia.
Okay, I have a plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Ice Storm in the same area that Naraxis cast Fireball.
All the elements. All right.
But Naraxis is in the area, so I will use my pre-roll 17 and give that to him.
There you go.
So
I have +1. Is that enough?
exactly. It makes
Cool.
it.
Okay.
Cool. Actually,
So
I think
it's a
my...
4th level Ice Storm.
4th level Ice Storm.
Oh,
Dex
and I'm
save.
resistant to
Okay.
cold.
Yeah.
Oh, there
So
you
it's-
go.
Yeah, DC 17.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Fail. Natural 20. Fail. Big guy. Fail. The only one who saved was the one right by Naraxis with a nat 20.
Everyone who failed took 10 bludgeoning and 16 cold. And the one who saved, it's a natural 20, so that's up to you if nothing or just half. And the area is rough terrain
Yes,
for
it is.
my next turn.
Okay.
Is it success for half?
Success is half. So it's
Okay. And
5
then-
bludgeoning and then a quarter of the cold since you're resistant.
Yes, and I take -3 from bludgeoning. From normal bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
There you go.
From
Alright.
heavy armor. So
So it's
take,
rough
like,
terrain. Can you
2...
draw
I
that
take 6.
radius
Yeah.
for me? Okay. The ice
Yeah.
hits these creatures. They take the bludgeoning. The cold doesn't do anything.
Ah, dang it.
Rough terrain.
I can't. How do you draw again?
You should be able to drop a circle in there.
Yeah,
There's a
I
draw
should.
tool.
Yeah, I found it.
okay.
Circle.
How do you do it?
And then, so it's rough terrain in that area. Very good. Did you want to move?
I am staying put because that's a nice place to stay.
On the stairs.
I'm also fucking up this drawing thing.
Right? And then it's
It's really bad. Can you there? It's
yeah,
it's actually a little larger,
But
but
it's not
there.
square, so it doesn't.
right. Yeah, it's kind of, but
Yeah.
we get the idea.
There we go.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that.
that's there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So that whole area is going to be rough terrain for how long?
And one round until
round,
next
okay.
time I do something.
Got it. All right. And was there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope. I am gonna stay here with
Okay.
my.
All
Oh,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna like stand into the wall.
Oh, flat against the wall. Okay. Oren.
Okay. Fuck. I will seeing myconids and kind of like triggering some like bad vibes inside of me. I'll just like get really, I don't know, aggravated. Which is like the first time that I've really been like hostile, and like run up to this one like face to face, just like stare at it, and almost like tears welling up. Grab a piece of phosphorus like out of my bag, like hold it up, and just like smash it against my chest, and then like hold out my hand, and a circle of fire just starts to like expand out from my hand, and then a wall of fire uh, builds in the same ring that Alicia has did her ice storm in. And,
All of those fucking elements.
yeah. And so
Oh my
it's going
God.
to be it's gonna get all of them.
It's
Mhm.
fine. Do it.
All of them, including their exes.
Yeah, including
Oh
Ra-
god.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay. This is amazing.
What is the save?
17. It's dexterity save.
Dex. Okay. Fail. Fail. Fail.
Ooh,
Fail.
do you have-
Fail. All of them.
You know, I think I might use Dark One's Own Luck for this as well. I don't like the chances. Yep, probably.
Oh God.
Come on, I need like. Oh,
This
I don't
is-
need a
this
9. Nope. No.
This is the most amazing pyrotechnic show that's ever happened in a battlefield. Ice or fire, ice, fire. Drop some acid in here and it would be a party. Yes, I meant it that way. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they all failed. 23. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, so 23 fire
Damn.
for save.
Okay.
I think though I can direct it so I don't like I can make it wall around like and not hit Neurexis. I was still like reading
I think you can.
because I think I can create it. It just has like a certain range that it
Yeah,
can be.
say as soon as because the heat, if the heat direction is out, you'll kill all the prisoners. If it's in,
Yeah.
No,
you're
it's
gonna
in.
hit
The
me.
heat direction is in.
So, yeah.
So
Okay,
I don't
alright.
think it'll hit you. So I'm gonna draw it like around literally all the myconids and kind of like
Okay.
Oh, do it.
shortcut.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So the ice below is starting to turn into puddles because of a wall of fire that has just sprung up. But it's still there though. It's magical ice, so it's not going to just melt instantly. It'll still be there through the round up until Alicia's next turn. But there's just this Hazel, you just watch all of this magic go on.
Yeah. Basically, that is precisely what I was expecting. People would just throw their huge spells in there, so I'm not even going to attempt. And I'm on low hit points. I'm not even going to attempt to go in there. I'm going to try to get that crystal.
That is it. Yep.
Is this the first time you all have planned? Like, I feel like this might be the first time.
That wasn't
someone was
really a
like,
plan. We just
How
kind
have we
of,
planned?
Planned.
This is considered planning.
This was just
for
pure
y'all.
hatred. This was hatred being poured out. Like, this is just like, fuck these creatures.
I am into it.
This is not like,
Ooh.
Ulrin doesn't normally use like damaging magic unless
Right.
it's like, you know, undead
Spiritual
or with his
weapon.
hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't plan. I just do stuff and then regret them afterwards.
I love it.
Boom. That's
love
the best
it.
day.
Okay, so wall of
So
fire
they take
is up.
23 fire, yeah.
Yep.
And whenever they try and pass or they start their turn in it, they automatically take the damage.
What's gonna happen? So, they're burning. The smell of burning mushrooms and foliage is intense in this room, and most of them are squealing in terror and pain at this point. So, okay. Anything else?
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them.
No.
Okay.
They fucking burn, die.
Fucking burn. Captain Sid.
Then Sid would like to just take a moment to use her bonus action to just revel in this destruction. Like, man, I thought the underground would just be constantly just sucking, but like this might be well worth the entire trip I'm taking with these weird people. Like, this is like, Sid is definitely very much enjoying that, and you know, we got ice, we got fire, why not throw another element?
Yep.
A chain lightning stone as well.
Yeah.
For good measure.
Jeez.
Wind, water, earth, fire.
Oh God.
Captain Planet. He's a
You're
hero.
gonna get that stuck in my head. Stop it.
You're welcome.
God damn it. All right. Give me that.
I'm gonna aim
Dex
at the
save.
big guy and 3 bolts arc. You know what? For flavor, I'll aim it at the water puddles that have started to form from the ice, and that is how the lightning gets, you know, conducted to the other creatures. So it will hit the big one, and then 3 lightning bolts arc off of him, and they hit the mushroom dudes around him as well. The 3 mushroom dudes around
Closest to
him, except
him,
the one
okay.
forward.
Like those expensive fountains at casinos and stuff. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, they all have to make a dexterity saving throw.
DC.
16, and I will actually spend sorcery points, but they'll have
Oh.
some, to give the big guy disadvantage on his.
Got it. Yeah, you better be real lucky you did that, because he rolled a natural 20 and then a 6.
Nice.
So he fails a hell of a lot. The
Cool, let me
Myconid
roll.
to the left is a fail. Left and bottom is a nat 1. The one on the right that you hit is a natural 17. So the one succeeds, the rest fail. Damn. Alright.
So, yeah, so the ones, let me just quickly check a.
Yeah, don't you have
Because I'll have
extra
another.
damage
yeah, you
that you do?
re-roll ones. I remember.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, or is that a sorcerer point thing, or do I just do that? Because it is awesome.
Is it from being storm elemental?
I think it
it's
is
a
when
storm
you-
elemental thing. You just do it. It doesn't cost you a sorcerer point. It's because you're high
Right,
level.
so
Yep.
I just roll a 1, so I guess I just roll a
Yeah, re-roll a d8.
instead of that 1, so that's 35 plus 6, so that's 41 points of
Fuck
damage.
my life.
And so 20 if they saved, 41 if they didn't. Lightning
The Myconoids all get hit by the arc that lands in the Jukenrotter, and you watch the Jukenrotter light up, and then the Myconids, the 3 around him, all go limp and burst apart. A death burst. So there's a death burst here, which doesn't affect anybody. There's a death burst here, and then Neuraxis, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as that one pops. 41.
Maybe the fire will help. I don't know.
Lord.
24.
Yes, not a problem. You managed to actually just kind of the poison cloud away from this thing's death burst. There are
You can't poison
three
me. I'm bright green. That doesn't.
that are dead. Sid, take an inspiration point for that, please.
I will. I will also wipe a single tear of joy from my cheek because that was just fantastic. I'll have one of our musicians compose a song about that once I get back to the ship.
Pokey can write it. And the Dukin router still stands, but it looks rough. It's, well, rough compared to what it did, we'll say. And the Myconid in front of you, Ulrin, also looks not super happy.
Good.
Okay. Sid, anything else?
No, I could do a little.
Okay.
I'll just for flavor, I'll fly 10 feet over here because I can cast a lightning spell.
Fair
Just for fun, and that's it.
Just for funsies, you know. Okay, so the Myconid that's left is up, and it, out of options, is going to punch you, Ulrin. It's all it has left.
Bring it.
That's a
Nerd.
dirty 20, which I don't think hits.
21.
Yep, that's what I thought. So it just whiffs at you and can't make contact. It's a creepy little, like, baby fist, too. It's really not.
Aww.
It's gross.
Grab a strong hand.
Okay, the Jukenrauder is next. And it has a target right in front of it. So, is going to move over to Neuraxis. It's going to take
burn, you evil thing.
fire damage. So, what's the fire damage? Is it the 23 every time?
Yeah, it's every time.
This thing seems to have
Whenever it ends
death wish.
whenever it goes through it, or whenever it ends its turn in
It's gonna end its turn there. So, I'll take that, and it is going to make 2 slam attacks on you, Neuraxis.
Okay.
It is a 14 to hit. Nope. Natural 2, and a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to take some bludgeoning damage, and then I need you to make a strength save because it's going to try to smash you into the ground.
Okay. I think the helmet gives me where's
That was crap.
there it is, horned helm. Advantage on strength checks and saves.
I thought you did from
Yes.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
27.
I think that definitely succeeds. So it pummels you with this second attack from its like hooked, awful claws. You're going to take 8 bludgeoning damage. Rolled really shitty
thanks
on
to
the
heavy
dice.
armor.
And there you go. Yep. And you are not knocked prone. And that's all it can do.
Ow.
So it is now your turn.
Not cool.
And just as you start to level up another strike, you watch the energy being pulled from these Gith. I wanted to mention this because it's the top of the round. This energy dissipates, and this one dissipates. The other 2 are still being pulled on.
Oh.
Wait, which 2?
The 2 on the
his 2
left.
right?
Yep. Can't keep up a chant if half of your worshippers are dead.
That's dope.
That's yep. Okay. Hex. Yeah. Spells. So many spells.
I think Elysia would have something to say about that.
Never too many spells.
Never.
No, you know what? I'm not going to hex him. I'm going to hold. Let's see if we can hit him with the great weapon.
Okay.
20 to hit.
That hits. I had to check.
24 slashing damage.
Oh. All right. Ouch.
Just a big, just two-handed, like in the knee, trying to like fella.
Timber. Okay. Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, we're not same thing again. We'll just do that twice. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Damn.
for another 20 magic
Ay,
slashing.
yeah.
Just like hammer it. Just yeah, like, it's that trying to chop a tree, but through a giant mushroom's kneecap. Just...
Yeah, it takes the blows, and actually it looks like with one more hit it might go down on one knee. So it's definitely, it's freely bleeding, and its blood, just like you experienced with the previous one, is this kind of oozy, thick, sludgy green-black liquid that smells horrible. It's like when you overturn a rotting log in the woods. It smells just like that. And there's actually like little bugs that are crawling out of it and skittering around, just inconsequential. They're not going to bite you or anything, but it's that same effect of turning over a rotting log.
Do I burn for attacking through the wall, or is it big enough to be sticking out?
It's sticking out.
Like okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it only burns through one side, so you have to be on the actual other side of the wall.
Right, within.
So it's like only radiating heat from one side.
Gotcha.
So.
That's not so bad then. And I'm not going to do anything with bonus action.
Okay.
That's...
Okay. Hazel.
Cool. Could I get a quick refresher on this obelisk stone thingy? What do we know about them? Do we want them? Do we want to destroy them?
You all started to collect them.
Yeah.
It's one of the obelisks that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's how this whole thing started, was you turned one over to the Crystal Chateau in Marquette.
Right.
And this is the one you're almost positive, the one that led you down into the mine, and then through the tunnels, and then eventually through to the Well of Souls.
Right. Okay, so I see the obelisk is the thing siphoning the energy from the remaining two people.
Yes.
How hurt is the big mushroom guy looking? Is he looking like he's on his last legs, or is he still
looks
going strong?
He's been burned, frozen, hacked at like a tree. He looks like he's about to topple just from the hits that Naraxis just laid into him for 44 points. He's not on last legs, but he looks severely wounded.
Okay. Attack the big guy or grab the crystal. Screw it,
the coin.
Your character only lives once. I take like, I don't know, like a sack or a piece of cloth, and I throw it over the obelisk, and I like snatch it.
And you snatch it. Okay. When you do that, you can instantly feel like, I know this statue. And out of some kind of glow just on the other side of the altar, this shimmer begins to form. It's not taken shape yet, but you can just start to see this little, it's almost like this haze of energy just right here that's starting to show up. Right there.
Do I get a good vibe from it or a bad vibe? Do I feel like, I know this is totally fine, or do I get like...
You're almost positive
no.
You maybe know this. And at the same time, Elysia, you feel drawn to that room, but you can't tell why, because you can't see this happening.
Is the obelisk still like siphoning energy?
When you throw the cloth over it, the energy off of these people dissipates.
Yes, that was my main goal.
They sag against their ropes. They are unconscious.
Oh dear. Cool. What was that my action to do that?
That is your action to do that. You would still have a bonus, and you have almost all of. I would say you lost 10 feet doing that.
Yeah.
Of your movement. You're fast enough that it wouldn't take you much to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, can't really do. Oh, but I would have to walk through a wall of fire to get to the big dude, right?
Yes.
Yeah, might not do that. I think that's it. I think
Okay.
I'm happy that the people are okay. You know what? Yeah. Okay. I think here's what I'll do. I will keep an eye on this strange mist that is starting to form, but I will also. So I have 10 feet of. So I have 45 feet of movement. Right? So I still have 45 feet left. So I will start moving. What's it doing? I will start moving towards uh the closest prisoner to me.
Okay.
Um
The one over here by Neuraxis.
Damn it! It won't let me. It won't let me measure distance.
How many more feet of movement do you have?
35.
So Q should give you the.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah, I will go over there.
Okay. Or over here. Gotcha. Yeah, you have plenty. You have plenty of
Yeah.
movement. You could do that.
I will. Yeah, I will move like over here. But it won't let me
Boink.
ping either.
I gotcha.
I think that's.
I got
Okay,
you.
there we go.
I got you.
Thank you.
Yep.
This is where I'm going, and I will try to free this person on my next turn.
I would let
And I'm
you
holding-
use your bonus action to try to do that if you want.
Oh, cool. Then I'll use my bonus action to try and to do.
That has to do with your dexterity. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and make just a general dex check.
Here it is. That's a +5.
Yeah, your dex is high enough. Oh no!
I rerolled it.
Yes,
Halfling
you
luck.
do. Yep. That was a nat 1.
Wow.
Nice.
Better, much better. Yeah, you actually can see immediately where the knot was not great. I'm sure Myconids with their tiny little baby fists probably can't make knots very well. So you actually managed to get the knot undone and the ropes fall away, and this older Githzerai woman is barely conscious and just kind of nods at you a little bit. But she is managing to stay on her own 2 feet, but she's probably going to need help.
Nice. Yeah. I will then, obviously I will then move to support her. And
Okay.
take my turn.
Kind of take her. Okay. So Aura is he sees you all have it. He's good job, everybody, and he keeps dragging his niece with him, and is going to move up by you, Sid, and just kind of get back in this corner and lay her down and start to tend to her to see if he can get her to wake up. That's a pretty good medicine check with a druid. Yep, so then he's doing that to make sure he can actually heal her without hurting her. So he is going to go ahead and cast Healing Word on her and get her awake. That's him. Elysia.
I'm first gonna move so I can see what's happening.
Oh, yes. That thing you were being drawn toward is right over the crystal's not there anymore, but there is this energy that's being... We'll move that right there. That's forming right there. That just it's not big, but it's just starting to kind of waver in place.
Okay. I'm gonna use a new spell. Well, it's not new, but I haven't used it, I think. So
Ooh.
it's new. I'm gonna use Bigby's hand and place it in here.
I have a Big B's hand for you. You've used it once.
Oh, okay, I used it once.
You've used it once.
Yeah.
Piggy's hand.
And I'm gonna give you
Bigby's hand.
control of that.
Yeah. And then, because I can use it on my bonus action in the same round, I'm gonna use, what's it called? Clenched Fist.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And hit the monster,
Yep.
which I...
So make a spell
Great
attack.
for it. Yeah, it's make a melee spell attack,
Yep.
yes. I have never done... Yeah, I've done this once.
Okay.
I
No,
think.
you're good.
I'm
You're good.
not
Yeah,
sure.
it's you're not Scanlan. This is not something you use on the reg.
That's a 1.
That isn't gonna work.
No,
But
it's not.
okay. You don't have anything to re-roll?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So the Big B's hand just does this
Not happening.
ridiculous, like Mario style, try to wind up and punch, and it whiffs it so badly that it just kind of falls back down to the ground and looks dejected. If a hand could look dejected, it does. That's the worst I'm gonna do to you on that. But it's still there.
I'm gonna use my last 5 feet of movement to walk there.
Okay. You see Aura back there. He seems to have his niece handled, so you and Sid are on the stairs. Oh, there's a kitty. Okay. Ulrin, the Myconid in front of you looks very wounded.
I'm gonna hit him.
Okay, you hit him. You do it. While the cat's there.
Yeah.
Yep,
I've been blessed by the cat.
there you go.
I get plus 20 to my roll.
Natural 20. If you're rolling that 20, I'm gonna crack up. That'll be great.
He's trying to type. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
do you want to type? I
Stop
want to type.
typing.
Cats are buttheads.
Okay, here we go. La, 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 la. 21.
That'll hit. Good enough.
9 bludgeoning damage and 7 fire damage.
Okay. So 16. Oof. Yeah, this thing's looking bad. Okay.
And then bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon.
Oh, you want your anvil?
Yeah.
Where you want it?
I want it right at the kneecap of that dude that Naraxis was hitting. I'm gonna kneecap this bitch.
Is that concentration? Does that
No.
matter for the wall? Okay.
Spiritual weapon is not concentration, and the wall of fire is not concentration.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
It just appears and then it's there.
My God.
I can't control it. It's just there until it's gone.
Yeah. And then you made an attack with your spiritual weapon.
Yeah, 25.
That definitely hits. Yeah, that's much higher than the AC on this thing.
So that is 8 force damage to
Okay.
his kneecap.
Yep. Okay, it looks not happy. The wounds are open on various spots on its body just from being hit with all the spells and then the weapons, and then the anvil comes in and it's actually going to go down on one knee.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna grunt, use my movement action to just get mad. Angry, mad.
Oh, and
I
I
gotta get angry.
somehow mathed wrong. You killed that Myconid, so it's dead.
Oh,
I had
okay.
the wrong thing.
Hooray.
That was my fault. Okay. I thought it had a few more hit points than that. You actually hit it for exactly what it needed. So, okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's dead. And with that...
Yeah, so I'll just kind of movement around to this guy and kind of next round I'll start working on.
Okay. Getting him free. All right. Sid.
Nice. Can I still see the big mushroom guy through the wall of flame?
Yeah. He's about 20 feet tall, so yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'll line up
Probably
a shot
stand
at
above it.
him, and I'll fire a lightning bolt at him
Dex.
in a 100-foot line. Dex save, and I'm spending sorcery points to give him disadvantage on it again.
Okie dokie. That's a 5.
Excellent.
Again,
So
you saved yourself because he rolled a nat 19 on the 1.
Nice.
So, nice.
I do like sorcery points, so that's 8
Candy.
of lightning damage.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. And it's 26. I actually looked it up. I did it wrong before. I think the one spell, I don't re-roll the 1, but I turn every 1 into a 2.
Understood. Got
That
it.
is from Elemental Adept, so it's 26
that's close enough.
lightning
That's
damage.
alright. Yeah, it's all right. This thing had enough hit points that a couple of hit points wasn't going to make a dent. Okay, so yes, the lightning. It's just all the elements. We're just missing some acid and some other
It's
stuff.
just a 100-foot line of lightning
Yes.
straight through the fire. I'm literally shooting lightning through fire. I hope it looks. I'm sure it looks very
looks
dope, and I'm shooting it at the guy.
Dope as
It makes
shit.
it look dope.
And it comes
It's like Avatar when they're
frighteningly close
lightning
to
damage.
Naraxis. It hits your spiritual weapon, but
I
of
would-
course, because it's
I
a
like
spiritual
Sid
weapon, it doesn't
just,
do anything.
Just aims it so it does not, of course, hit Naraxis, but it goes close to him just for funsies.
Just for funsies, yeah. Make your scales itch a little bit.
I'm wearing metal armor. I'm not an earthing. That's please be careful.
I have armor on. Stop it. Yeah, he just kind of glares at you. That's good. This thing does not look good at this point.
I don't think it looked very good to start with.
It didn't, but When it has as many hit points as it started out with, it takes a while to get to. It looks bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's its turn.
Okay. This thing is gonna do what it's gonna do. It's gonna try to hit you again, Neuraxis, because that's all it can do.
Yep.
That is a 22.
Yep.
And a 22. So make 2 strength saves. Make the first one.
Okay.
DC's 18.
I will hellishly rebuke them.
Oh, yes.
DC is 18.
Yep.
Okay. Nope, failed the first one.
So you're gonna go. You're gonna go prone, and you are stunned for 1 round.
Wonderful.
So you're gonna take the damage. That's 9 on the first one, and 14 on the second one. Bludgeoning damage.
9.
23 total. So Neuraxis is prone and stunned on the ground. And
Yeah,
this thing is going to continue to take damage because it's not going to give up its quarry, but now it looks like it's probably going to just burn apart. So
Do I get the hellish rebuke off, or do I get stunned before?
I will let you get the hellish rebuke off.
Okay.
The stacking there gets weird sometimes, so
It hits me to slam it.
yeah, I feel like it's
Not gonna
almost,
worry.
for me, hellish rebuke, the way that I like to think of it is, and this is just how I rule it, is that it just kind of happens no matter whether you go stunned or not, because as soon as you have the intention, it's just like, no, fuck you, and it shoots out of your body.
Hey, makes a dex save.
That's a 9.
Nope, so that's 28 fire damage.
It is dead.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
there you go. It is dead on the ground. That's what did it.
And it's 10
Okay.
HP.
So, wall of fire, ice that's gone now, but turned into big puddles on the ground. Bigby's hand just kind of hanging out. I like to imagine your Bigby's hand is just very slowly poking at the thing. Like, eh.
That too, but like if the battle is over, the
Yes.
Big Beast Hand is gonna try and, if any of the like prisoners are loose, it's gonna like carry it over to us.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yes.
where I'm standing.
Hazel has loosened the one. She is free over here, and these two are still
Yeah.
tied up. But Olrin was going to free Aura's brother.
Yeah,
Carry it.
I'm guessing I free him pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to, now with no pressure, no stress of battle. The adrenaline's still there, but you managed to get them all loose from their bonds. Dora is unconscious, and then the other Gith is also unconscious.
I mean, after this one is taken away by a magic hand, I will like
Yes.
run around the flames that are still going, or like now stopping? Question mark.
It's up to a minute, so I don't know if
Eventually.
they were up for like 2 rounds,
Yeah.
so they might be almost
You can wait till
done.
it dissipates, or
2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, I will actually worriedly look into that, because last I was standing in there, then a wall of flames showed up, and then everyone just shot stuff in there. So I discovered
Oh, yeah.
he's gonna be okay. Like
I'm
he's
like-
done this before. I'm sure all of the casters can like make sure they won't hit him. It's gonna be fine. I'm not
But-
just gonna run into the flames. Nope. I'm gonna like unbind this person here. Focus.
Prone and stunned, just like.
He made a Neuraxis stone angel into the floor a little bit.
But Halo keeps like very nervously at the wall of flames. It's for it to subside.
Oh, that hurt a lot. Just.
The energy is moving toward you, Elysia, at a pretty rapid pace.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
And as it gets closer to you, it looks like the rough shape of a woman.
A familiar
kind of
woman?
Blue-white in color, at least from the energy that's here. Ethereal looking. She's got long hair and big eyes, and she's wearing robes. And she actually tries to reach out to you. E.T.
I was thinking of Michelangelo, but yeah.
Yeah. There. Well, yeah. I went
I was waiting
80s
for
and you
just
went classical. So,
Shocking
you know.
grasp.
Yeah.
That's not-
Oh,
No.
hella.
She says, you're my brothers. I was hoping you would be able to help.
What?
My brother? Vogan?
Oh, I'm not Wogan. I am.
No, but you're his.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Good. That you can help here.
I can at least try.
You can do more than that. And she sees what's going on. She says, "It's good you came. They were going to kill these Gith and corrupt my idol and use it for who knows what purposes."
Question: what are you?
I am Saloon.
Does that name ring any bell?
Yes, you've heard it.
Yeah,
She's
I-
highly worshipped down here.
My brain is fried at the moment.
You're fine.
So.
You're fine. You actually, Golgoth had told you all that most of the more civilized areas worship Saloon. She's the
yeah.
goddess of the moon.
Now I remember.
Yes, there you go. It's been a minute. It's okay.
It's been a while. Oh.
All right.
That was Elisha, not me.
Okay. I was like, what's happening?
No. What do you want us to do?
I need you to take that. And she reaches out, and over where that altar was, where the word obelisk was, a circle flares in the ground. Use that, go to the Everfire, and talk to the elves of Tulessa. They will get you to the primal door. It's the fastest you're going to get there. It will take you weeks otherwise.
Thank you.
It is all I have to offer. And she looks over at Neuraxis. He's following you. Be ready. The armor?
Alexis, have you made?
That can't be good.
Let's go.
He'll find you one way or the other. Aura is tending to these others, and he says, if you have to go, go. I will get them out of here. Thank you.
Wait, who is they?
And you just get this flash in your mind of the armor, and it's wielding, whoever's in there is wielding this axe that looks a lot like yours.
I miss my sword. It's just like no one copied my sword. It's just like gave it to a stupid tree ferryman.
The only other thing that she can tell you is that to get through the primal door, which will take you to Celestian's gift, there is a trial. She put a guardian there at the beginning of time. And you will have to get past him to gain entrance. And the elves can tell you more.
Does she want us to kill an old man?
Oh, not again.
She says it is very old, but is most definitely not a man. Ask the elves.
I can work with that.
And she kind of wavers out.
I go. Hazel walks over to Ulrin and gives him the obelisk that she has to put into the bag of holding.
Okay.
And then she takes a glance at the smoldering pile of mushrooms, and then just, reaches up to Olwen's shoulder and just asks, "You good? You all right?"
I'm fine. I need a minute. Just need yeah, I'll be fine. Thank you. It's just tough right now.
I just stand there and wait with him until he's ready to go.
Okay. The circle's there for whenever you want to take it, so there's no rush.
Should we try the totem pole of...
I was gonna say, yeah, but you should also say goodbye to Orla before we leave. Aura.
Yeah. And
Oh, yes. And loot the
who
treasury.
knows when it will come.
I mean,
And loot treasures.
Wow. Still adventurous.
Oh yeah, say goodbye to all, and just on the side, just loot the treasury or something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sid, you be responsible for treasure looting.
It's the most Sid, yeah. Like...
That is true.
Yeah.
Where is the treasury?
On the floor above.
Yeah. With the armory and corpses.
And lots of corpses, yes. Aura he's casting mass healing word to get everybody up on their feet, and he's having this reunion that you are pretty sure you probably don't want to interrupt right at the moment with his brother and his niece, and crying, and Sid, as you approach, he actually reaches into his pocket and he hands you a diamond. I was holding on to it in case we needed it if someone went down, but I think you might need it where you're going.
I won't say no to that. That's very gracious. Puts it in her pocket.
There you go.
Look, don't give me that look. I might give it to Oren later. We'll see. Yeah, see, Poki and I will have a talk about it. We're two men, a two turtle and monkey team. We have to discuss these things amongst ourselves. We don't get handed diamonds just every day. I mean, sometimes we do, but
Oh my gosh.
I think then Sid will just turn to her and say, "Take care of yourself and your family."
I will. I think I'm just gonna take them back to Lazina Cove. It's probably the safest place right now, but thank you.
I say, don't thank me, thank them. I'm just in it for the fun. And then Sid walks up the stairs to the treasure chamber.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me. We'll use that to cover the treasury.
Sid has a -1 investigation.
Oh,
so
goodness. Well, Poki
everyone
will
was like,
help you, so take advantage.
"Oh, help a monkey." Well, okay, the first one was a 0, so let's try that
So let's
again.
do that again, yep.
Pokey help.
Hey, that's a little bit better. Okay.
Better.
You managed to find a bag of about 250 gold. The coins here, as you found out, the currency here is a little different. You do find a small bag of rubies.
Okay.
And you find several vials. Let me roll for that to see how many. You find 6 vials of Duragar poison.
Oh. Small bag of rubies.
Which functions like, so you can, poison the end of a weapon, you can poison crossbow bolts or arrows, and it also can be thrown.
I think after Sid is done, she'll go back. Not say anything to Aura because she always said goodbye. Just rejoin the group. Toss the Duragar poison to Hazel because she's seen that Hazel uses a crossbow and Sid has no use for that stuff. And wait, how many vials was it?
6.
Cool. I'm tossing Hazel 4 and keeping 2 because maybe someone of my crew appreciate it as it's a nice little souvenir. Here's some Duragar poison.
Yeah. As you're sorting out the loot, Sid, you hear a Bass.
Huh?
You there, Bass?
Yes.
Bass,
yes,
you there?
That's me. Yes, that's me.
Oh, thank God. We've been trying forever to get through to you. Where the hell did you go?
We just went down a whole. Now we're on to some, like, I don't know, different plane of existence. There's like a big underground ocean here. We're mushroom people.
Can you?
You know.
Okay,
the
that
usual.
sounds like an adventure, and you need to stay alive to tell me about it because I want to hear it. But are you? Can you come back? Shit's on fire here, boss. Shit is bad.
What did you guys do again this time? Who
It's
did,
not me.
Did someone get drunk and tip over an oil lantern again?
No, boss. Now normally I loved you for your jokes and all that shit, but no, things are bad. I'm in Vasselheim. Things are bad.
Okay. I mean, hold out there. Is everyone okay from the crew?
I've been talking to Dell. Dell took the ship over to Marquette because you all have been branded traitors.
Oh yeah, we did go to the trial. There is that.
Like there are bounties on your head.
Ooh, that's exciting. But okay, I do not like I like the bounty part. I do not like the fire. I do not like the fire.
Well, I don't know that you're involved, but the rest of the group, like all your buddies are, yeah. Okay, shit is bad.
Okay, I understand. Shit is bad.
Do you need to come back, boss?
I mean, if you say stuff is as bad, I will try if I can. I mean, don't count on it for now, cause as I said, I'm stuck in this weird place. But I'll try. Do you plan on staying in Vasselheim for a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I had a little, we'll call it a crisis of faith. So I went on a little walkabout and I got here and I just figured, I'd like, go watch a fight in the core temple and do cool shit like that. But because who wouldn't? I found somebody here who maybe can pull you back, but it might take a little bit. How much time? How long have you been down there? In there? Wherever you are?
I'm not sure how time works down here. I think just
3 days, four days?
From your estimation, so there was the 3-day journey through the tunnels. And then you went through a well. So probably looking at a week and a half, roughly, by your just rough estimation of time.
Right.
Boss, you've been gone for 2 months.
Ew.
That's what I was afraid of.
Okay.
Everyone thought you died.
What? You come on. What? You know me. They wouldn't. So little. No faith in their captain. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Gotta make a quick decision. All right. Cool. Give me a moment. Have your friend, whatever, prepare the zipping me back thingy, and
they can probably bring them all back, but like I said, like it might not happen immediately, or they can try to bring you back now. I don't know. I have to ask.
Cool. Give me a second to discuss this with the Baidu compatriots, and then I'll get back to you. Don't set any more stuff on fire. Make sure everyone's all right. Be safe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, boss, I don't like this. Okay, I'll wait. Eggs out.
Cool. Sit out. Okay, and then I walk up to her and I was like, okay, so a bunch of news. First off, zoinks, and I throw the diamond tool ring. Got the feeling you will probably need it more than me, but in case you don't, you like owe me. Okay, a bunch of information. Vesselheim is on fire, apparently. All of you guys have a bounty on your head, and the traders. And apparently in our plane, 2 months have passed since we went into this weird place.
That's unfortunate.
We had like 2 weeks we had to be in. and it's been that.
So
Hmm.
roughly a week here is a month, it seems.
Oh no, what's my parents gonna think?
Wait, am I going to be late for the? No, I've got time. I'll be on time. It's fine. I think.
None of you're a
But
traitor.
well, that's a point. That's.
Good. Third point, apparently eggs, I don't know how, has some way to get us back from here. It's probably about 25% safe max, but knowing eggs. But apparently she could get us back if we wanted to. I would probably, Pokey and I would probably take up on that offer because ships and fire do not mix well, and I would like to have a ship when I return from this crazy place, to be honest.
That's so understandable, and yeah,
Oh, we need to find the gift fast.
we can't leave yet.
Although, wait, 25% safe. I don't.
I mean, you have met eggs, right?
I mean, I might have a safer way to get other people. I, how much of a rush are you in? I could get you and the Pokey back in like give me an hour.
Okay. Well, could you get us to Vesselheim as well, or just someplace back in our world?
I don't know where you'll come out.
I might go with eggs option then. And if that does not work out, and I somehow am still here, then we can do yours.
Yep, your ship is important to you, and that's yes.
Okay,
And
hey, boss.
Yes?
This shit is about to go off. It's about to pop
Cool.
off. So,
Cool.
when you see a weird glowy door, it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. But I'm just saying, like, don't, if you want to use it, wait until it stops flickering. If it flickers, don't go. If it stops and is solid, go. If you want.
Cool. That sounds great. Eggs, get on that. I will try to make my way to you guys. And then turn back to the party. The Rexus, and I think that's the first time she said your name. Can I
Yes, it is.
can I have a super quick chat with you in private over here in this dark mushroom infested corner before I have to go through a door that might or might not rip me apart or something, who knows?
Sure. He just like, okay, I don't. It's like disappears the axe. Yep, just wanders.
Cool. Yeah, and we like step somewhere like out of earshot. I mean, let's face Hazel can probably still hear, but Hazel will be polite and not listening.
There you go. So just
as
a DM note, this is not me forcing your hand, Julia. I'm giving you the option.
Yes. And yeah, I think Sid is like, if X is like, oh god, everything's horrible, everyone up is here is dying, then she like, okay, like, I would like to have a ship and a crew when I get back, so...
Fair. Because I know helming two characters can be a lot. But I knew the option was going to present itself, so...
Yeah.
Now you may, sorry, didn't mean to DM break out.
No worries. Thank you, Hallie.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, cool. So you might not have noticed, but I've been watching you for a while and, trying to like get a kind of sensitivity, what kind of person you are being, I like pointed him, let's not beat around the bush, being one of them, being a dragonborn. In addition, also being related to those particular individuals that have been looking for me. That did not be a huge increase in trust on my part.
You know that they're adopted, right? Like, do you know how Dragonborn families work?
No, but I also know that I've also heard that you are trying to build Draconia, which is a nation that was built and functioned on the back of slaves.
Now,
Call it however you want it. That's in the past.
yes.
Whatever you want to do is up to you. I've no interest in politics or anything like that. But I have an interest in your two charming siblings. And I use that word very sarcastically, as you probably could tell. They are looking for me, and I have been trying to divert their attention away from my crew, which is the original reason I joined you lovely people.
You never did say why they're hunting you, chasing you. What happened?
I take a moment to consider it, and then I'm like, yeah, screw it. I feel like you have earned my trust in this regard. And I take one of my arms and I show it to him for closer inspection, and it's like, when you look closer, like on the out, like when you just normally look at it, you can just see the tattoos and they're just like all over and kind of a mess. But when you look closer to where she points, you see there's a lot of old scarring over her arm that's like really like old and like gritty and intense, and it's just like all over her, and the tattooing is kind of made in a wave of lightning bolts and stuff to cover it up so it cannot be seen. And then she says, you might not intend to carry on the tradition of your people of employing slaves, but your siblings very much do, and I was one of them once. And they're a scourge on my existence and that on many other people. And it took me a long time to realize that. And I eventually broke free from them. It was pretty cool. Stole their ship and everything. Nearly drowned. Got my lightning powers from that. And yeah, they are not very happy with just one of their former slaves running around and proving that there is actually a life to be had outside of their control.
I'm not condoning. Their parents died keeping.
It is all right. If I believed you would condone their actions, I would not have told you that, and probably already have killed you. So. But you have proven to me that you are not that kind of person. And I would, if you guys make it out of here, which I hope, because not gonna lie, I kind of like you guys. You're cool. If you make it out of here and back to the surface, and in between all of the ancient gods and walking around armors and whatnot, you can have spare a little bit of time, or if you ever run into your city, I would appreciate it if maybe we could meet up again and you could give me a hand in putting an end to them once and for all and their reign of terror.
They deserve to be punished, but I don't know if I could. They're on an incredibly dangerous ship with the undead and the green cloak and the.
Yeah, I got the sense that you guys might also be interested in that, which is another reason which encouraged me to align myself with you. You don't need to make a decision now or anything, Take care of all of this, and I just pointed here. I'm just saying, if the winds will it and we meet up again one day, I would appreciate an answer. Also, be assured you do not have to kill them yourself. I will.
I don't know. That makes me feel better. I need to talk to Ulrin. Oh God, I. Be careful, Sid.
Right back at you, Captain.
Hey, Captain.
Okay, boss, I hate to interrupt what was probably like a touching, like you're all like, crying and stuff, and I'm crying too, and everyone's, slapping each other's butts or whatever it is you're doing to bond with your new buddies, but we gotta go. And the doorway opens up on the other side of the room.
All right.
Put a draconian ring in a hand and just like off you go.
Appreciate it. I slide it onto my finger next to the other rings on my turtle claw, and then I walk over and I turn to Pokey and say, "All right, let's go back home."
And he gets on top of your head and makes a little charge motion with his fist.
Nice. Yeah, and I walk past everyone. I give Ulrin a slap on the back. I give everyone else a nod. And then I Sid and Pokey step through the door.
And the door closes.
And Sid's dead.
Sid's not dead.
Hit flickers at the last second. No, it's
Sid's
just.
not dead. I can't tell you where Sid's gonna end up though. When Sid emerges, Eggs and a spindly-looking high elven man is sitting on a stone floor in what looks like a temple of some kind. And she just goes, "Oh, fuck me," and runs over and grabs you and gives you a hug.
I'm sorry, Eggs. There's no time for that right now.
Yeah, for once, no shit. Dell's coming back with the ship.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Did you you didn't kill him, did you? Did you kill him?
Do you think I should have killed him?
Nah, I think he'll be useful later.
I agree. That's why he's still alive.
I like it. Let's go, boss.
Let's go.
Okay. So you are down to 4.
Our numbers keep dwindling.
The teleportation circle is open to take you to the Everfire.
All right. Not to put too fine a point. We should probably get a move on. It's just like...
Yep.
You know, Hazel says, because she's not the only character in the scene I have. Because, you know, I think that turtle was pretty dope. And
I agree.
I think she got better with time. And he's just like...
Also,
she was an acquired taste.
I also just remembered, I was the only one who didn't get on her list.
Yeah.
Yes. I
think you got on list in the end.
You did.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a bad thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I think actually, I'm not. Yeah, I think Noraxis was the last person actually to not be on the list.
So.
Wait, Did I get that last?
Yeah, after you blasted.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
I think where did the chain lightning or something like then was like, yeah, she can go on.
And you were offering slaver murder or whatever, imperialist murder.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Don't worry, everybody's on the list.
Still don't know that that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. You never know, Sid. You never know.
So are you stepping through?
She said it wasn't going to last long. We should probably rest
Yep.
on the other end.
Okay.
Let's go.
You shall go. As you walk through, what you wind up seeing is a forest. And it's called the Everfire for that very reason. The forest is eternally burning. But it gives off no heat, only light. Everything here is suffused with this orangish red glow that's almost blinding, and you can't see too far ahead of you, but you can tell you're on a path. You've left that stone chamber and that horrible scene, and now down an ally and a turtle pirate, you walk this path forward. And do you remember that village? What was its name? The one on fire. The one set alight by the Shade Watch. You almost feel like you could be back there if it weren't for all the trees. Approaching Irwin, it feels like ages ago, over the hill and just seeing a village alight from cruelty and obsession and a bent will taken over by some force of evil. But up ahead, as you keep walking, you can see a clearing where the trees are green and nothing burns. And that is Tulessa. That is the Elven village. It sits at the base of a massive tree. The biggest structure you have ever seen. You can kind of move yourselves around. You came down the path this way. And it looks like a forest, but an ancient forest. Beyond old. Beyond ancient. Beyond anything elder or elderwood you've ever seen before. And as you walk, figures emerge from the tree bark. They were camouflaged so well you didn't even know they were there. And they point arrows and daggers and swords at you. And one of them steps forward. These are elves, but their features here they're exaggerated. So their noses are long and hooked. Their ears point up and then bend backward almost like horns. And they're green and brown skinned, and their skin is rough like bark. And their eyes are bright yellow. And one who's pointing a longbow at you, kind of at you. It's an aggressive move, but not fully ready to fire yet. And she clears her throat, and she says, "To whom do you pay fealty? To whom do you believe?"
Bogan.
The Gold Knight Hunter.
Tempest?
Fortugo.
Enter. She pulls the bow back. We were told to expect you. I wanted to make sure we were not being fooled. Come. And she walks over to this tree and raps on the bark, and you see a platform being lowered down. We will go up.
Okay, yep.
Up we go.
Up you go.
It like lifts Elijah and Hazel up, and then
It's this heavy wood platform with taut ropes, and some of the elves get on either side of. They're all watching with their eerie yellow eyes, and this woman, and these are, again, I need to give you another detail. They're about 8 feet tall. They're tall and spindly and look brittle, but they also look hardened. That bark texture to their skin, the clothing they're wearing, all made of natural fibers and materials, but their weapons look perfectly honed. And she puts the bow on her back. They have no hair. And the only thing that you can see distinctive on her is that she's got carvings in her cheeks, like someone carving into a tree trunk, but it looks like she did them herself. And she says, "My name is Michelle. Come. Welcome to Tualessa." And she brings you up on this platform, and this is just the barest top of one of these trees, and the city expands across the canopy. They live hundreds of feet up, and the ropes creak as you go up. And soon the air changes and gets colder and colder. And you can watch little elven children jump over these tree branches like they've been doing it since they were born almost, or could walk, and nimbly leap from branch to branch, chasing each other. And they kind of look curiously at you, and one of them waves a little bit and then keeps going. And your new friend, Michelle, just grins, and she says, "We don't see too many strangers here, so they may be curious."
I wave back at them.
There's one who kind of skids to a halt and sees you and your hair and just grins and keeps running to catch her little compatriots. And they're laughing. You can hear their laughter carry through the trees. You need to rest, right?
Yes, please. That would be nice.
We have a home. We
That
have
would be nice.
a hut for you. You can rest there. You can eat. When you are rested, there, and she points across the way to one of the huts that's a little bit larger. That is our meeting grounds, our ceremony grounds. When you are rested and you are ready, I can tell you what Saloon wishes us to relay to you about the trial. But this is not information to be taken lightly. Take your rest, and then find me.
We're on kind of a clock. Okay, fine. Yep.
But you will not pass the trial in the state you're in. I can promise you that.
Yeah, well, we really should take a rest, Noraxis.
Okay. It's slumps.
Okay. As they lead you to the hut, it's nice. It's made out of the tree itself. One of the branches that arcs over, and another these branches. This is not a branch. The tree limb you're standing on has to be 50 feet across. These are humongous trees beyond anything you could have ever imagined. And they, as the wind kind of brushes through the leaves all around you, you swear you can hear the trees talking. This is the oldest of wood, and there is a sense of preservation here, of energy far beyond your understanding. And you get into the hut, and there are beds, and there is a place to make a fire, and then another elf, looks like a young male elf, brings you a basket full of these golden, glowing fruit. He says, "This will help you."
I sniffed the fruit.
It smells like an apple. Or very close to it. A little bit sweeter. And Hazel, what you're actually smelling is there a little bit of strawberry there?
Uh-oh.
I cautiously lick it.
It tastes like a strawberry.
It's like a strawberry the size of your fist.
Yeah, these things are softball size. They're, yeah.
I hesitate for a moment, I didn't take a bite.
Okay. Restore all of your hit points and all of your abilities.
Ah.
What are we resting for? Give me.
Well, because if you don't, you'll still take a level of exhaustion.
No, that's true. Damn it.
And if you all watch her eat this, and she starts to glow
Ooh.
a little bit.
Guys, this is really good shit.
Do you feel okay? So, waving in front of her eyes like.
I feel like eating strawberry. Why? I guess.
Just glowing. That's usually like a magic, and we don't know what a. Sure. Just like picks it up. Just a whole thing.
Yep.
Oh.
Restore everything. The male elf is just standing there, kind of watching you, and we call it Saloon's fruit. She was the one who blessed and grew the trees at the beginning of time. And you may take as many as you want. They will help you for the trial as well. They won't be so effective in the middle of battle, but yeah. So anyone who wants to, take all your hit points back, take all your spells back, like you'd had a long rest.
Hey. Oh no, we lost it. We don't get temporary hit points anymore.
That was literally the first thing I thought about. Like, oh, she could like have a speech about these fruits, probably make some jokes, saying they look like balls or something, and
go.
like then everyone would suddenly feel a lot better about themselves.
Look, fruit boobs. Yeah, something like that.
If you want temporary hit
yeah.
points, do I have a buy your soul for you? Don't tell Ulrich.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the Warlock Pact. Okay, so they let you rest, and you can explore if you feel up to it. Michelle comes around and makes sure that you are all settled and says, "Sleep. It is safe here. We have always lived in the trees, and this land has not reclaimed us as of yet. So when you're ready, come and find me."
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. Thank you for believing in our goddess. So many don't anymore. All right. So you can. How long do you want to rest? You need 4 hours. The energy here is different. You don't need as long with the combination of the ancient energy of the tree and the fruit you just ate.
I think Norax is like an anxious kid. He's like, as soon as like pacing, like, are we ready to? Can we shoot? Already commit. Right, let's get his armor on, and then we'll like.
I was gonna say like
time is passing. We should like. He's just.
Elijah would be like a mix of I want a long rest just because I am exhausted because we're doing so much in so little time, but also we are on a time limit.
Yeah.
So if 4 hours does the 4 hours function as a long rest?
Yes. It would keep you from gaining a level of exhaustion. While you are in Tulessa, that effect is in play.
Ooh, 4 hour sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to do an additional thing to sleeping. I want to go to Olren and get the obelisk that we just retrieved from the mushroom cavern. And I want to use my what's it called? Grim psychometry on it.
Yes.
I'll post the description here.
Yes.
I meditate 10 minutes on it to discern vague details regarding any lingering evil or wicked past surrounding it. And I make a wisdom check.
Okay.
Which for Hazel is a +2.
I love this ability.
Wah, wah, wah.
5. Okay. Very little darkness has actually touched this idol. And you're starting to realize that all of these statues and idols that you've either seen or you've started to collect all have a certain we'll say signifying mark on them. This one, that you're getting a better look at it, looks a lot like the other ones you've encountered, but this one has a bit of a texture on one side to it that looks like, if you didn't know any better, would look like the surface of a moon or a rock. Like it's pitted and grooved in places, and has a bit of a texture to it. It's an interesting feature on it, but it's hard to grasp anything of this nature other than you're supposed to have it.
Is it like as in I specifically or the group?
The group.
Okay.
Are you looking for something specific there, Hazel? Or because I mean, I can identify it and see what exact magical properties it has.
Yeah, that would probably be good. I just like, can't really explain it. You know, I learned this thing where I take something and then just sit with it, and sometimes the thing kind of talks to me. Don't worry, not in the like the demon like weapon Naraxis kind of way. Just like, I don't know. Sometimes I just learn a bit about the thing, but I can't really tell a lot about this thing. Maybe I'll have more luck and I hand over in the obelisk.
Okay. Perfect. Alrin, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna take out the adamantine pickaxe, the
yes,
pokey stabby, rock bitey,
pokey stabby,
gem
rock
findy
birdie,
thingy.
gem findy thingy. Yep, that you got from
Yeah,
the kobold.
so I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna be like, well, if you'd like to try with this, we can. I mean, maybe you can see if it's medieval. Maybe you can try it out on that. You might have a better chance. See if somebody wicked has used that for bad things before.
Oh,
And
sure.
then so I'll just kind of trade her so she can continue to practice, and I'll just say, when I first learned to identify items, I had no idea what I was doing, so it takes some time and some practice. The more things that you get used to handling, the better you get at it. So and
That's a fair point.
and I'll take the obelisk and I'll just concentrate on it, kind of similar to her, and just kind of show her, kind of like teaching side by side, like my identify to her thing, just kind of similar spells, I guess, but just kind of like helping her, mentoring her.
Okay.
I will say to Lauren, I don't think the obelisk is necessarily evil in its own right. It just kind of feels like it's happy to be with us, and I think that's a good thing. Probably, maybe. And I like to imagine like Hazel tries to like look really hard at what she's doing. She has no idea because like obviously a different thing than the spell identify, but she tries to be really polite and like act like she oh yeah, she gets thanks for teaching me, Owen. That's great, mate. But like this is nothing at all like what I'm doing, but I will still like try to learn my best about this spell that I have no idea how it works.
Pat, pat. But what Ulrin does give you is to look for certain things that you wouldn't have ever probably, considered before. The structure of things, also given his Forge Cleric abilities and his understanding of architecture and the makeup of different metals and forms and shapes, that, looking at, and the two of you together can kind of get a better look at this thing. It is just like all of the other idols you've picked up. It's very nicely carved. And that pickaxe, when you bring it in within about 4 feet, the pickaxe starts to vibrate in your hand.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, for like, I cannot use my own ability until I do a long, short rest. I could do a. How long does identify take, Yoran?
10 minutes.
Is a short rest here like half an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will basically take a short rest and then use Grim Psychometry on the pickaxe.
Okay. So you do that, and you want to give it another shot.
Another shot. Let's try rolling from the sheet this time. Wisdom. It does not let me roll, so I'll just roll like this. Good. Come on.
Hey, that's better. 18. Okay, let me look at the description of this again. This object is not at its core evil. Like
Good to know.
with all of the other items you've encountered, it had, and what you saw at the fort, it had the ability to be corrupted. You stopped that from happening. Had it been corrupted, you can't tell whether you would have been able to reverse that. But if it had been corrupted, it may have been lost to you. So the energy here, these idols, you're getting the picture now that these idols are some kind of power source.
Can I get any sense of like just anyone who uses them can use them as a power source, or if a specific entity is using them as their source of power, like in this moment? Or
Yeah, this is a god tier kind of thing. Sorry.
right.
You have to be, it's like what pardon me, goodness, what Ralashaz was trying to do to the one that he had. He was trying to take the power out of it, and you all managed to kill him before he finished that. These are batteries.
Okay.
So.
Well, I relayed the information about the pickaxe to Olwen.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we did a good job, like not letting it get tainted all the way. I guess we'll be okay as long as they're with us and like, I don't know, are not used for nefarious powering ancient evil deities sort of things.
Did we determine what deity this one is, or this one is for?
It belongs to Saloon.
Okay.
Yep. And you've gotten the impression in the past that obviously not all of them managed to survive the explosion of the first world, but you are finding, like with the relics you're picking up, you're finding some. Sorry. After a little while, Michelle kind of pokes her head in. Have you had sufficient time?
We get yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're going now.
Yeah. So it's like Norex is like, okay, let's
Okay.
hasten. Just a few more minutes. We didn't get the full 4 hours yet because we did our before going to bed.
No, 5 more minutes, Mom.
5 more minutes.
She walks you over to the open area, and you are alone with her. It looks like she has purposefully asked for this area to be vacated. You can see, like, there's still like a boiling stew pot over there that's just been kind of left. Just basically, when the leader says go, you go. And she sits you all down in a circle and looks at all of you. She says, "It is my understanding that we are to give you guidance for this trial. I would ask, what do you wish to know?"
What information can you give us about the Guardian?
The Guardian is as old as the gods. He was created from Saloon and Vogon's and the Yellow-Eyed Hunter's power in order to guard the primal door. The door is a gateway. It can take you anywhere.
Anywhere we choose to go?
Yes.
Like straight to the gift.
Yes. That is
Yeah.
how you would get there.
Hmm.
It is also his home. It is a place known as refuge. So it obeys his command. He is not openly hostile, but he will do his job.
Which is specifically
To guard the door.
right, but it's a door. It's for going through, so
It is also, at one time, it was how you would get to the throne of the gods. And you don't just want anyone passing through there.
Is there any way to get permission for using the door from him?
No one's ever just tried asking, though I suppose you could.
Hmm.
I doubt it will work.
Well, there's no harm in asking.
You can try.
If no one has tried.
Probably. Maybe.
His name is Goltharius. I'll put that in chat for you.
Yes, please.
Yep.
Thanks.
That
Trust
sounds
me,
familiar.
you've
yeah. Yep. Yeah.
he is also known as the Traveler in the Mist.
Hmm.
He will likely, after this trial, whether you persevere or not, likely waste away. And we have a new guardian to put in its place.
Do you know any weaknesses or resistance?
Yeah, is there something they like? Should we bring, I don't know, cookies?
I'm on it.
Aw. Let me look. He is... You will never be able to hide from him. Once you enter his plane, he will know where you are located at all times.
That's okay. We're not very good at stealth anyway.
It's true. She says he has the ability to harness teleportation magic and can move about very quickly out of your reach, but I doubt he will. He is an honorable creature. He will also give you information before your trial. He always provides a gesture of good faith as long as you do not openly attack him at the offset. What he has to relay to you, I do not know. It's not mine to know.
Okay. Well, yep. Time's getting away. We should. Yep.
We yep.
I'm surprised no one asked what he is.
Oh.
What do you mean? He's a guardian. Is
Yeah.
that not a?
You know what? We'll leave it as a surprise.
Are you certain?
No, please
No.
tell us.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, come on, Elijah.
You're really offering it.
Well,
Rex
what
is
kind
just
of
like
information?
covers Hazel's ears. Like just
Stop.
reaches down and goes.
Thanks, guys. Do it. Narix, just do it a little bit more.
Earmuffs.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's like slightly too hot, like squeezing the head slightly.
Yeah.
Too hard.
Yep. Very good. Okay, now you can tell it to the other. You know what? Wait. For funsies, I will actually also deafen myself. So I actually
Oh.
play. No.
My
Yes.
God.
Be a sign once it's down.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, right.
Your choice. All right. Yeah. Ulrin, what did you want to know?
I was gonna say, What other information do you think would be valuable for us going into?
I would assume usually the first question most have is what is the Guardian, and I tell them a dragon.
Oh fuck.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something like crazy, like it's just a dead god. It's an old god. It's just a dragon, guys. It's fine.
You fought one of
Question:
those before.
Do you know the type of dragon?
He is astral. He is time and space but he chooses the form of dragon. That is his preferred state.
Yeah, okay, so Neuraxis, you have like
I'm sorry, what?
you take care of the talking. You would have taken care of the talking anyways, but
She says, I will show you at least a little bit of what to expect.
Are we safe to unmute? Hey, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, you can unmute. You can, call her. Recall. And she waves her hand, and the sky above you, the canopy changes into. She says, we will send you there.
Nice.
And you will go through the door and meet. I can only show you briefly, so look quickly. You will meet Gotharius on the other side.
Wait, close your eyes. Wait, oh no.
That's why I can see. Ah.
And then she yanks it back.
That dope.
Okay.
Thank God I did not. Thank God I did not spoil on myself for this experience. It's what he's listening.
We will provide you with assistance.
thank you.
But it is not
Oh.
our battle, so we will be calling in a friend of yours.
Please be
Sits
T-Rex.
back, baby.
Torkoal. No, that's not just.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
Oh,
Marble.
You will
Are we
meet
meant to?
them there at the
Who
door.
have we met?
Are we meant to kill this guardian, or should
Not
we just?
necessarily.
I think
We're
our
gonna-
goal is to go through the door. If we can do it with
Oh, the
Killing-
garden is giving us a
Nice.
challenge. We're supposed to beat
Yeah,
that.
there's a trial.
Hopefully, it's a math problem.
Yeah.
Oh God,
hopefully.
I hope it's not.
Because if it's a math problem that Hallie can write, then I think I can solve it.
Oh, fuck that. Our
Same
English
here.
major for a reason.
I think
The,
both me and I think a lot of us.
Differential equations. Let's go.
Nope.
Matrices.
Ooh.
She does tell you it is a trial by combat.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I mean, why is it never like a trial by baking or something? Well, all trials always.
Iron Chef?
Trial by rock, paper, scissors.
Trial
No,
by reading.
But
They all sound terrible. I like the first one.
also understand that if any of you perish, the guardian, it is not a permanent status. The guardian will simply bring you back. You can
Yeah.
die, but that is not
we
his
did.
wish. He wants to see bravery, he wants to see steadfastness, and a willingness to help your allies. Others have perished simply for making the wrong move in combat and sacrificing one of their allies.
Hmm.
He is honorable. And if you understand that, then you will understand Goltharius.
Hmm.
And once the trial is over, he will open the doorway to you. Go prepared. And when you're ready, we will take you to the door.
Yep. Okay, let's.
Yeah. Let's have a little strategy huddle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. He's
Probably a good thing
one
for
foot has gone
the-
forward, and then
The
he's like,
players to do.
Yes.
So the players will do that. We will end the session here. We're back in 2 weeks on the 17th, and we will be joined by Marble.
Oh.
So Sam is coming back to lend a hand. So you will see Sam.
Thank God, because we're down to 4 people.
And their
What do you mean?
amazing
That's a normal
druid.
party. That's fine.
And expect that 7 will come along as well.
Hey.
Because they are a pair. So so yes, Sam will be back, Marble will be back along with 7 Storms, and that will see the party going forward to the Primal Door and having a damn proper dragon fight. And then I have a little surprise.
Or we try talking to it first. You never know. I mean, yes, Hallie, you.
To try about that.
I mean, yeah, but
Well,
she did say to be respectful, so that's kind of the.
We're not going in guns blazing. We're going in and being like, okay, you want to fight? Here are the rules. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Good try, yeah.
Would you like some refreshments before we do this combat?
Would you like a cookie?
Yes. we break the cookie of honor together.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks for that, and then on December 8th is our first December game, and I have a little surprise for the party that you all can hate me for later. So I can't say much other than that.
I thought it was Sam that was surprised.
No.
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 Sam is the pre-surprise.
I mean, also that's nice. Yes.
I'm
that's,
full of
yeah,
it.
it's really
So we will see you all in a bit. Thank you very much for tuning in. We actually had some folks watching, so yay! Even if you came to see our weird ass game from the Twitch browse page or whatever, however the fuck you found us, we're weird. That's how it is. And then we have a game on the 17th, and I have the very first game of a Curse of Strahd campaign starting on the 16th that I'm going to be running. So you can join us for that here as well. So that Saturday and that Sunday at 11 a.m. right here on Twitch, and we will see you all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.